All right, we're at Waggot Seafoods, and I'm with the owner and proprietor, Rob Waggot, and you are a fishmonger.
Correct.
And we're going to look at fish, and this is the most intimidating thing. I think for me it is anyways, and I think for a lot of guys that haven't barbecued a lot, fish is kind of scary because you can screw it up so easily. We don't really eat a lot of it, and I think we just get caught in that burger and steak rut. So fish is a great option, and it's actually not that bad. It's really easy to cook if you kind of know what you're doing, and Rob's going to help us out with that. So what you've got, I understand here, is sort of what you think are great options for the grill.
What I've done here is examples of what's really good for the grill and what is the most popular fish here in BC. A nice piece of blue marlin. It's a nice, firm, meaty fish that does very, very well on the barbecue. Yellowfin tuna or ahi. This is something that a lot of people cook rare now, just 2 minutes on each side on a very high heat on the grill. Works wonderfully. And I've given some examples here. We've got a salmon fillet, which is boneless. The salmon steak, which obviously has the skin and bone on, and a halibut steak and a skinless, boneless halibut fillet. The
difference between a fillet and a steak would be the bones, obviously, but it's cut differently. I guess it's a different direction, different angle.
Exactly. The steaks are cut across the fish, and the fillet is cut long ways and off the bone. Now the steak has the center bone in and the skin on, whereas the fillet, this is totally boneless. It still has the skin on.
Right.
But all the bones are being removed, so it's no muss, no fuss. These just, because of the bones, which run down here and here and in here, it holds together much better on the grill.
Okay.
If you're a beginner, it's something that's very easy to work with, and your spatula will get under it, it'll hold together.
Why would you choose a fillet over a steak, for example?
It has no bones. You've got 100% usable meat. You have nothing to worry about. A lot of people are paranoid about bones in fish, and I don't blame them. The simple trick is to get the bone out all in one piece, stick a fork in, and lift it up, and all the bones attached to here will come out together.
Just attach the backbone.
So it's almost boneless when you take it off the...
Yeah, so you do that once it's done, pull the bones out. Okay. Now, when it's, say, this one particular, I guess when this fillet with the skin on, you used to have the skin to hold it together. But in the skinless, boneless fillet, it's so easy for it to fall apart. And I know so many people have been there where it starts falling apart and it goes between the grill and you lose half of it into barbecue oblivion.
Exactly.
So what's the secret to trying to deal with that?
Make sure your grill is very well seasoned. Make sure you've got the grill hot, and then take a paper towel or a cloth and dip it in oil and rub it on the grill a couple of times. Season it with salt and pepper, some olive oil. Whatever seasonings you like, but definitely some oil in the fish too.
And this one here, what do we have?
This is a halibut steak.
Halibut steak, so
and
similar
again,
to salmon.
Very similar to the salmon, except there's only one bone, and it runs straight down the middle. So that's idiot-proof. When you come to eat it, you just eat around the bone.
Oh, so there's no kind of
There's no
skeleton.
small bones going out.
I did not know that.
This is a great way to go. You don't have to worry about little tiny bones.
Again, it's sort of hard to have a rule of time that applies to everything. But how long would you cook that for, just ballpark heat?
The rule of thumb with seafood is 10 minutes per inch of thickness. Can vary a little bit, but this is 3/4 of an inch thick, approximately. So it would take probably about 4 minutes on each side.
4 minutes on each side, okay.
And again, I tend to do medium to high heat for everything, unless I'm doing a whole fish, which is going to take a lot longer.
And now we have a trout, I assume, a whole trout.
This is a rainbow trout.
Rainbow trout.
And works great on the barbecue. And
you just put the whole fish on,
just plunk
it down,
just the way it is.
Yep.
And again, season it, oil it, put it on the grill. You don't have to worry about it, the skin coming off, because you want to get rid of the skin when you get to the flesh anyway. So.
Right. And these look great. A little bit of tuna, salmon, halibut. Some of the tiger prawns.
And a scallop in the middle.
Scallop in the middle. Now, will these all cook at the same time? Because they're all different types of fish.
They will. It's been designed this way. It's not so much the fish texture, but the shape of each one has been cut to be almost identical, so they're going to cook pretty much at the same time.
Right, so keeping the proportions the same size is critical.
So you don't have one piece that's this thick and one piece that's this thick. These cook very, very quickly, like the tuna, maybe 2 minutes on each side, depending on the temperature of your grill.
Yes.
I tend to be high heat with almost anything I cook.
Yeah.
Then you can turn it down because I want to get that, again, that seared flavor into the fish.
What are some simple things that guys should know about cooking a whole fish? So it might not be something they do right now, but you might work your way up to it, but what should you think about?
This is where your fish grill comes in, the cage that holds your fish.
It looks like a fish shape and
works perfectly for this. Now, you see a lot of people, they will take the cavity and they'll stuff it with onions and herbs. You might as well not bother because this membrane in here is so thick, none of that flavor is going to permeate into the flesh.
So that this white filmy thing is, a membrane.
This is a membrane, and it's quite sturdy and it's quite thick. So if you want to leave it whole on the bone, score in between the bones.
So just take a small knife and
just
cut it. Yeah.
Slice. You can see the white parts of the bone. The red is the meat. So hit the red and slice down inside there.
Okay.
That way you're going to have some of the flavor going in at least. My favorite way. If you've got a good fishmonger, you'll be able to butterfly the fish, take all the bones out completely, and still have it looking like a whole fish.
Oh, okay.
And if you'd like, I can demonstrate that for you.
Sure, that would be great, yeah.
Clip the fins off.
Looks naked now. Poor guy.
Now, what we're going to do here is cut along the backbone. Good places will be able to do this for you, no problem. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut the ends. There's more.
Oh, there's more.
There's more. Here's the fun part. So you just do that on both sides.
Do that on both sides. So essentially, once you've done that, you're bone free.
What you have is a whole salmon. Impress your friends with that.
Wow, boy, would I ever. All right. What would be the one thing you would choose or recommend to start off? What should I buy to make it easy for me?
First thing is keep it simple. Possibly the steaks, prawn skewers, something like that. Or if you like meaty fish, something that's easy to work with to start off with. The fillets graduate to. They're all going to work well. It's just getting used to using your grill and definitely undercook it rather than overcook it. You can always put it back in the grill. You can't reverse the process if it's gone the other way.
Thanks a lot, Rob. We'll be back soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you later.